Ladies and gentlemen, señoras y señores, welcome back to another podcast. This is Supreme Being. I'm your host, BC. Today, for those of you watching on the video or listening, again, I am in my office, my actual office, not my home office. So you may notice a change since this is a different microphone and for the video, a different background. First and foremost, let's get into some of the quick announcements here right at the start, and that we'll repeat again at the end. Go to my new website, get on the email list, make sure that you get your free bonus. And when you get on the email list, you get access to exclusive offers, webinars, and a bunch of stuff that I do. And you can also get access to some of the other stuff that I offer. Number two, if you're looking for more direction from me and see what I have to offer to help you personally, schedule a strategy call. That link is also below. You can also join our free Discord server open to the public. And lastly, for those of you who are in real estate, interested in eXp Realty, you want to find out the benefits of working with me and becoming an icon ninja, click that link below and we'll talk. All right, let's get into the podcast. Nice guys will be obliterated, will be chewed up and spit out in 2022, 2023. Right? A lot of tongue twisters there, sorry. In 2022 and nice guys, right? And I wrote some stuff on the board. And again, for the listeners on the audio version, we're going to be unpacking this subject today because I've talked about this a lot. You know, I focus a lot more like on my coaching about this stuff because I can lecture on it for like an hour or 2 hours or 3 hours or do a series versus just talking for like 5 or 10 minutes and being real surface level with a lot of these subjects, because these penetrate to the core. This is the stuff that human beings respond to on a subconscious level, regardless of what the conscious mind may say for the vast majority of the population. And the nice guy, the textbook definition of what the nice guy is, it's not respected by people. It's not seen as high value. It's seen as very low value, right? In the dating world, it puts you at the bottom of the barrel. And basically, in any way, shape, and form, it puts you in a very bad position, right? It puts you at the bottom of the hill. You have to fight your way up. And it's something that innately we're taught to do, right? So we have this backwards thing where human beings don't respect it, but we're told to be that way in a sense, right? Now, I want to cover some stuff today related to this to help you with it so you see it for what it actually is, all right? Now, when you really boil and break this down to the simplest form, right? If we're going to enter a room, if we're going to sell to a customer, why do we tend to sometimes err on the side of, in quotes, what is nice? I wrote down a word on the board, and that's supplication, right? When we're trying to enter a group and we care what they think more than our own opinion of ourselves, when we just want to be accepted and are willing to bend or break in order to get their acceptance, we are supplicating, right? Meaning, hey, I want to win these people over. And then you come from a weak position, and what do you think? Oh, being nice will get them to accept me, right? That's a weak position. You are supplicating. You are putting yourself second. You are compromising your own values. That would be, oh, I'm just out to get something. I'm being nice just for acceptance, right? So on the personal level, it's weak, but also from a technical aspect, it's incorrect too. Because why would you go outside of what you're supposed to do and put on this front, which is the nice part, right? In quotes, just to get a result. So from both angles, we're incorrect here and we're wrong, right? And I want to break this down so you can see it. Whenever you supplicate to somebody else, it's the same thing, right? If we run two scenarios from a conversational standpoint, you approach a stranger and you're like, quick question, and you just ask them something and you approach them and you converse. Supplication, right? Apologizing, right? Coming from a weak position would be like, oh, excuse me, I'm so sorry to bother you. Oh, I don't mean to waste your time, but right? That second one is the wrong way to do it. Because again, two things. One, you want their acceptance and you don't want to be rejected. But number two, you're putting on a facade. You're saying sorry when you're not really sorry, just to see if they'll talk to you, right? So I wanted to give you two quick angles on that so you get where I'm coming from when I say the nice guy. That's what I mean when I say the nice guy. It's a front. It's a front, because that's not how we are as human beings. If you were comfortable talking to a stranger, you would just say, hey, man, question for you. You wouldn't apologize. Same thing for a lot of the salespeople. You fall into this trap when I tell you to go door to door or call. You walk up to the door already pissing your pants and afraid, and everything about you is oozing apology about doing your fucking job, which is to go knock on a door. You're not hurting anybody. You're not committing a crime. You're doing your job. If they're upset, let them be upset. But why are you apologizing, dude? You act as if you have to apologize for your existence on this planet and to do what you want to do and to go out and go after what you want. When I tell you, you know, go door knock and cold call. You're in the pursuit of happiness. Like it's written in the fucking American Constitution. Our founding fathers literally said that you're enabled the pursuit of happiness. That's my pursuit of happiness, is to now attempt to talk to people to see if I can find somebody to make a sale and make money and feed myself and my family. Why would I apologize for that if I'm not breaking a law or causing harm on any other human being? If you have a piss poor attitude when I answer the door, that was already there and established before I showed up. If a knock on a door sets you off like that, you're weak. Again, why are we apologizing? I want to hammer this point home. Stop supplicating. Okay? Because that whole nice guy facade is to get something. Ladies, you know, when a guy's being extra nice to you, what does he want? You already know what he wants, right? When the stranger on the street approaches you, oh, hey, how you doing? You're like, okay, this person wants something. Okay? It is a front, and we do this because we're uncomfortable, and it comes from a position of weakness. Okay? Now, number 2, let me explain the difference. What people really want to say instead of nice is kind. I'm a very kind human being. I'm not nice, though. Let's get this clear. Nice pretty much means weak. What people really want to say is kind. I'm a kind-hearted person. I'm a kind person. I'm a good human being. I'm not nice, though. And if we're going to talk nice, that has to be earned, because that's what I'm going to tie with this. My kindness, I just give, right? You know, if somebody needs a donation, like I'll get approached, you know, in a parking lot or whatever, or I'll see the little booth. I'll go over to them and talk to them. And hey, if it seems like a good cause and everything checks out, I'm kind enough to make a donation, even if I have to go out of my way for a little bit, right? Cool. That I just give. Now, nice, if I'm going to be cordial with you and nice, at the level that this definition that they give us is, you're going to have to earn that from me. And this is where you need to make this change and segue, right? You don't owe niceness to the world just because, right? That's something that's been poisoned into our culture and just seeped in slowly. And now it's taken over as, oh no, well, I deserve everything just because I exist. No, you don't. You don't deserve my respect just because you're a human being. I don't know anything about you. However, if you are respectable and you give respect, I will return it and some, and be extra respectable towards you for sure, because that's my character. But I'm not just going to give it to you because you think you deserve it. Wrong, right? And you need to, again, you may get the other advice and say, okay, maybe I should just give it out. And then you might hear mine now and it clashes in your mind. Well, I'm going to tell you this. Try both of them on and wear both of them for a week or two, and then report back to me, or more importantly, yourself, on your results. I guarantee you my philosophy is going to lead to a better life for you, where people are going to treat you better and you're going to get better results, and you're going to walk around with your held up high, and you're going to be a little bit more excited about things. Okay? People won't take advantage of you. They won't step all over you. This is something that you need to get. This has to be earned. Okay? So you can be kind. However, the niceness that they describe and they talk about has to be earned. If you at least put that as a requirement, right? You are now not just, again, supplicating or falling into that trap. You are now in the mode of reciprocity, which is a universal law, right? That's good. And that puts you more in alignment with being in proper existence and being more harmonious with nature, or whatever you want to call it. Whenever we're more harmonious with nature in regards to our existence, our beingness, and what we do, we typically live better, right? Okay, next one. I wrote no respect on the board because the niceness we don't respect. Why? Anybody can be nice. Do we know if it's real or not? Number one. Number two, the smallest animal in the animal kingdom that can be stepped on or yelled at or attacked by the lion, of course it's going to be nice. It's a mouse. Of course it's going to be nice, right? Now the lion being nice is noble. Right? So we need to look at it from that perspective. Because if nature doesn't necessarily respect nice, why do you think us human beings, we're not that different from animals? We are different, but also not so different, even on a DNA level. Why do you think we don't respect the niceness unless it's the king of the jungle, the high value individual who's nice, right? Or the beast, the person who, you know, can just destroy anybody because they know how to fight and they know things that you don't know, but they happen to be nice. Well, you're going to respect that person because you know their potential to not be nice, right? Because that's the key there, the potential of not being nice with the opposite end of that spectrum. Or they have no reason to be nice, right? Like somebody in a situation where people are upset and they're being nice. Cool, that's respectable. Not out of supplication to win them over, but just nice because they have control over their emotions, because context has a lot to do with this too. You know, when people are upset in traffic and that kind of stuff, I don't let it bug me. It's not a big deal. I'm still going to be a pleasant individual. I'll still let somebody go in front of me, not a problem, even if they're yelling. I'm not supplicating to them. I'm just not emotionally triggered like they are over something so insignificant like traffic. So you have to be able to make a distinction here with some of these things, right? But I'm not going to supplicate. I'm going to be kind, but my niceness towards you has to be earned. And then I understand that, hey, when I'm just nice, people aren't going to respect it. Think about all the business people who follow me, the realtors. When's the last time being nice got you business? If anything, I'm drilling almost the opposite into you, that you need to be direct and call people out and not let people step all over you by being too nice. The saying that I say is nice and firm. Because normally when you're nice, you're not firm. You let people step all over you, right? That's how you balance out that equation and bring harmony to your niceness, in quotes. Okay? Because lastly, what I want to talk about real quick, and then I'll wrap it up, is it's a low value behavior. Everything can be categorized as low value and high value. Just being nice to be nice or to supplicate is very low value behavior. So if you're a business, you're going to be thrown at the bottom. If you're in the dating pool, you're going to be at the bottom, right? This is not qualities of the prize, of the top business person, the top person in the dating world. If we're going to put a ranking on their rating, we can say that's low value behavior. Generally speaking, you don't want that. Now, if somebody earns your respect and your niceness, cool, then you freely give it. However, it's earned and it's understood that it was earned. That's why there's a line that I draw with people. If somebody is speaking up too much or they're crossing a line, I'm going to say, hey, dude, you're crossing a line. Chill out. We're not there yet. And I'll say something, right? The nice person won't say anything. That's the difference. I'll put my foot down. The nice person won't. The nice person will just take disrespect and keep turning the other cheek as if they have infinite cheeks. Myself and somebody who's firm will not. We'll draw the line, right? So these are some of the distinctions that you need to make with this thing, because especially moving forward, right? We're going into uncertain times. The business people, right? A lot of realtors follow me. We're going to a recession and a shifting market. If you don't have people's respect, they're not going to listen to you, especially now when there's even more uncertainty. You had the market and all the external conditions in your favor before. Now you won't. You can't bank on that fact anymore. So your value in their eyes is going to have to be a lot higher to work with you and listen to you. But the way you carry yourself and how you conduct yourself is going to have to go up too. Right? You're now going to have to be able to put your foot down and really guide people and have difficult, maybe a little bit more challenging conversations, and tell people things that maybe you're uncomfortable saying because you're not used to being that way because you're told to be nice. Right? And this stems even to when we were kids. If you want to trace this back, you know, you're probably playing with a toy as a kid and some random kid came and took it from you. You probably slapped the kid and took your toy back, which technically they took the toy without asking you. That's the right move. Maybe not the slap, but getting it back. Then what did our parents say? Oh, no, be nice, share your toy. So now you're messed up in your head. You're like, wait, this person took my toy. They didn't ask permission. They just came and they took it. Why am I supposed to just give my stuff? Now it starts getting ingrained into your psychology that your instinct is wrong and that you need to be nice. This is how we start corrupting kids and children from a very young age and their decision-making process and their ability to distinguish context and what the right action is and what the wrong action is, right? Then this pollutes the mind. Okay, and this is outside influence or our own parents. Now, growing up, if you never handle that, and again, of course, it seems innocent. But if you become an adult and that's how you are, people step all over you. I get this all the time. People are like, oh man, I'm too nice. I need to be firm. Well, they probably had many instances like that when they were a kid, and nobody like myself came and really taught them the difference. You know? So you need to take a look at this. If you're being too nice, and I say nice guy, but this is with women too. You will be abused too if you're too nice. How many of you don't want to be approached by men and hit on all the time? Well, it's because you guys are too nice, right? To the ladies listening to this, If you don't put your foot down and say, don't talk to me, that's not rude. That's just you saying, don't talk to me. It doesn't matter how they respond after that. If not, you're going to be caught up in these 20, 30-minute pointless conversations with guys who, again, are going to assume that you're accepting their advances. So it's a detriment to you as well. And I have a ton of ladies that I coach and that are on my courses and all that stuff. And that's one of the first things I drill into them, and I make them good at it, right? Hey, I'm here to do business with you, not date you, right? And that change alone for a lot of them makes them a lot more money and gives them a lot more peace of mind and makes them a lot more fulfilled in their careers. But you have to go about the process of actually establishing it. And it's the same thing for the guys, right? And many of you will get used and abused by customers who then don't buy from you or use your services and go with somebody else. And you did all this free stuff for them. Why? If someone's going to, I literally tell people, if you're not going to commit to meeting with me, sir, Mr. Client, Mr. Seller, Mr. Buyer, I'm not going to get that information for you. If you can't commit to me, I'm not going to commit to you. This is a two-way street. This is a relationship that we would have, right? What's my incentive to just do all this stuff for you and get no commitment from you? Is that how you work with your customers? Right? Now, can you say that to a client? Because I've said it a ton of times. And most of the time, it actually works in my favor. Or I weed out somebody who's going to waste my time. But if you can't have these difficult conversations, you're being too nice. Why? You're just doing whatever the customer says. Now, if we follow our process, our professional process, is what the customer says right or always right? Hell no. So you being nice actually breaks down the process and is a disservice to not only you, but the customer, right? I can dissect this a million different ways. But we have to stop being the nice guy. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. A lot of times you lower your price out of niceness. You bend and break on your standards because of niceness. You meet them on their time, even though it literally wrecks your schedule and your time. You make all these compromises that you're unwilling to make, but you only make because of fear. You're supplicating, right? And this is just a slippery slope that keeps happening and happening and happening. And these same people who have opportunities because they supplicate and they're too nice, they lose out on them. And then they're like, man, this business doesn't work, or I can't do this. The dating world sucks. When in reality, they need to handle the person that they look at in the mirror every day, because that's the person who has the issue. You give people an inch, they'll take a mile. You know that already. I don't have to remind you of it. And if you haven't experienced it yet, whether in the business world or the dating world, you will at some point, and it's going to slap you in the face. And at that point, you have to make a change and you have to make a decision. What are you going to do? Are you going to keep taking it, or are you going to put your foot down? Because I'm not one to be messed with. You see, this is a particular vibe and aura that you put out to where those individuals who prey on the weak will avoid you because they can already see immediately that you're not weak. And number two, when you're dealing with people, very quickly they'll realize, oh, okay, yeah, I'm probably not going to be able to ask this person to lower their fee or do this or do that, because they don't seem like that type of person, right? And it's a ruthless world out there, right? Nature beats nurture. We know this. Right? We want to like socially be nice and, oh no, but people are going to do the best thing. No, human nature will come out. And in the dating world and in the business world, it can be ruthless at times, but it's natural code, natural law. You need to understand that. If you don't want to understand it and play by those rules, people like me will kick your ass. The average person who's not even aware of that stuff, but just goes off nature and subconscious cues, will chew you up and spit you out. Because you want to say, oh no, well, we don't pay attention to that. No. Just like in the dating world and in the business world, we will always, almost always default back to our natural impulse and inclination and our gut feeling. And if we think you're weak, we'll get rid of you. If we don't want to do business with you, we won't, because you're giving off the wrong indicators and you're not handling this. Okay, so that's it for this one, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Again, go to my new website, get on the email list. All these links are below. Those of you looking to like understand subjects like this much more in depth, I have dozens and dozens of lectures, and I have application of how to use this knowledge specifically for your business, dating world, whatever it is. So get a strategy call, find out what package is best for you or how we can help you, and you can take it from there. Okay. You can also join our Discord link. And lastly, for those of you interested in eXp Realty in the real estate world, join us and find out what the benefits are of becoming an icon ninja with Team BC. All right. That's it for this one, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed it. We'll see you on the next episode. Peace out.